So the big question is this: how do small business owners like us grow our leadership, develop our teams, and scale our business in a way that allows us to get our products and services out to the world, yet still remain profitable? That is the question, and this podcast will give you the answers. I'm Bradley Hamner, and this is the Club Capital Leadership Podcast. Welcome to The Bottom Line, a new weekly podcast series that we drop every Thursday to complement our weekly Monday podcast interviews with the industry leaders. These podcasts are going to be designed to give you short, impactful, and value-driven information that you can start using right away in your business. I value your time and attention and will do my very best not to waste it. Just get what you need and go. So with that, let's get into today's episode. Are you an agency owner looking to better understand your financials and take charge of your tax bill? Well, Club Capital is here to help. As the largest accounting and advisory firm for insurance agency owners in the country, they are way more than your everyday run-of-the-mill CPA. Club Capital provides financial, CFO, and tax advisory services to help you plan and forecast your financial success. You'll meet every month to review your agency's financial performance, the difference between your profit and actual cash flow, along with helping you better understand your bottom line. Visit club.capital to book a solution overview with one of our business consultants. Club Capital, way more than a CPA firm. Hey, everyone. So a few years ago, a really good friend of mine, Robert, was going to go get his pilot's license. He asked me if I wanted to get mine. I said, "Are you kidding, Robert? I don't love to fly as it is, let alone hop in a small aircraft with you." So as he goes along, we're having a beer one night, and he tells me, "Hey, I just got VFR certified." And I said, "Well, what is VFR?" So he tells me, "Look, as long as it's sunny outside, the plane I'm operating is perfect. It's not too sophisticated, and I really don't want to go very fast. I can fly VFR, which stands for Visual Flight Rules." So VFR means you kind of look out the window of the cockpit for like highways, rivers, obviously the landing strip, etc., to figure out where you are. But the moment it gets cloudy and visibility turns murky, or the plane develops a problem, or he upgrades to a faster plane, the pilot has to know IFR, which stands for Instrument Flight Rules. So IFR-rated pilots like Delta, American, obviously, etc., private passenger jets, things of that nature, they can go really fast in extreme weather conditions by just looking at the instrument panel. But VFR pilots, on the other hand, are relegated to optimal weather conditions in a perfectly functioning plane. So here's the thing. Most business owners are VFR-rated pilots trying to cope in an IFR environment. As economic conditions, both macro and micro, maybe just relative to your small business, deteriorate and day turns into night, suddenly looking out the window is just not going to suffice. If you're an unsophisticated business owner and you wander off course, you run out of fuel, cash, you're going to make the 6 o'clock news, bankruptcy. All because you couldn't read the dials in the cockpit of your business when the inevitable storm rolled in. So look, if you want to go fast and you want to get big and you want to beat the odds and beat the 7-figure mark, you got to make sure the business scoreboard of your cockpit can handle it, and you got to be able to practice reading those dials. It makes no sense to look at the altimeter to try to figure out how much gas you have in the tank. You got to be able to read the dials. And it's simply a cheap excuse to be able to say, "Well, I'm not a numbers person," or "I'm not as analytical as someone else." Look, you don't have a choice. But the good news is it's a skill that can be learned. So what are some of the numbers you need to know? Well, different businesses require different numbers. And so it wouldn't be fair for me to start spitting out some. Certainly, one of the ones that gets overlooked often is financials. But I will share this with you, and this is probably a good thing, a mental image for you that may help. Is let's say that you're at one of the favorite beach resorts around the world. We'll say Fiji, since Tony Robbins owns a place in Fiji. And you're there, and every week on Monday, they send to the hotel, the resort, one piece of paper. And on that one piece of paper are all the numbers and the dials in your business. But based on that one piece of paper, you are able to make all of the determinations of where your business is. Is it growing? By how much? How fast are we growing? What's our marketing look like? What's our sales pipeline look like, etc.? How do our financials look? And so on that one piece of paper, you are able to get everything that you need to know while being in Fiji. You can't dial in, you can't call in, you're not getting messages, not getting emails, just on that one piece of paper. Whatever's on that paper, those are the things that you need to have in the business scoreboard. I hope this helps. Until next time, lead well. If you're listening to this podcast, I know you're someone who has a growth mindset. You probably want to be able to grow your book of business as well. Well, DirectClick specializes in helping insurance agencies leverage Google Ads and SEO to drive inbound phone calls, leads, online visibility, and even organic traffic. You can be confident in knowing exactly how well your ads are working and getting support in what really matters in your business. Get exclusive online marketing support today when you visit directclicksinc.com. You know how important it is to develop yourself and to develop your team. Well, if you're going to do that, you want to do it with the best. Work with Coach P Consulting to learn and implement the same strategies that he used to sell over 700 life policies in 2021 alone. You'll get personalized coaching 2 times a week and an in-depth look at how his office is run, and Coach P will train your team alongside his own. Get your first month free when you mention the Club Capital Leadership Podcast during signup. Visit CoachPconsulting.com to get started. If you've listened to this podcast for any amount of time, you've heard me say many times, the best use of money is to be able to buy back your time. And one of the best ways to do that is by hiring a virtual assistant. Whether it's an executive assistant or creative marketing assistant, RockSolid has a unique hiring process to net the very best talent, and they intentionally match you with a great fit for you and your team. They value your success as if it were their own, because it is. If you're looking to build a rock-solid team for your business, reach out to Tracy and her team at rocksolidassistance.com.